Now, the US is debating whether it should allow gay men to donate blood. Allow me to repeat myself. America is debating whether or not it should allow gay men to donate blood. The key word for this debate is not HIV positive patients. The key word is gay men. The world's biggest economy has safely assumed that every gay man is HIV positive, that he has multiple sexual partners, and is a regular abuser of drugs. And so he cannot be allowed to donate blood unless, of course, he's not been sexually active or has abstained from quote-unquote high-risk behavior. This is the existing rule of the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. A gay or bisexual man cannot donate blood in the US except if he has abstained from sexual activity for some time. And that some time in this case is 3 months. Earlier, that period was 12 months. It's called the deferral period. What explains this number game? Are these measures scientific or just homophobic? At least 22 American senators are calling for an end to these rules. They say these clauses are discriminatory. They've written a letter to the FDA, and here's what they say. Given advances in blood screening and safety technology, a time-based policy for gay and bisexual men is not scientifically sound. Here's what is scientifically sound. Every person, male, female, third gender, straight or gay, is at risk of being infected with HIV. It has very little to do with gender or sexual orientation. As pointed out in the letter, today every blood sample is checked for viruses like HIV, hepatitis B or hepatitis C. So using sexual orientation as an excuse for excluding a community is arbitrary, unreasonable, unscientific, not to mention discriminatory. The United States alone is not guilty of this discrimination, though. Countries around the world introduced restrictions for blood donation in the 1980s. This was around the same time that we saw the HIV/AIDS epidemic. These were supposed to be emergency measures, not lifetime bans. But 3 decades on, a lot of countries maintain a lifelong donation ban. The list includes Croatia, Iceland, Malaysia, Slovenia, Singapore, Trinidad and Tobago, and Ukraine. Gay men cannot donate blood in these countries. And there are no exceptions. Very recently, some countries woke up from their slumber and smelled some strong coffee. Earlier this month, France dropped the 4-month deferral period for gay men. Greece dropped donation restrictions, as did Canada in December 2021. New Zealand cut the deferral period to 3 months. Earlier, it was 1 year. In 2021, Britain too allowed gay men to donate blood, but not without a Victorian virtue. Britain expects the man to be in a monogamous relationship. In September 2021, the Netherlands dropped its 4-month celibacy requirement. Germany followed suit. And in August 2021, Israel dropped the 1-year celibacy cap. That's a lot of countries. What changed for them so suddenly? I will tell you what did. The amount of blood in their banks. The Wuhan virus triggered a blood crisis. Blood transfusion became life-saving. These countries were forced to drop their homophobia and turn to science. The activism of American senators is a result of a similar crisis. As we speak, the United States is battling a historic blood shortage. Some blood centers have less than a day's supply for some blood types. If the US allows gay men to donate blood, the annual blood supply could increase by 2 to 4%. Up to 600,000 pints of blood could be added to banks each year. And just so that you understand this better, 1 pint of blood can save up to 3 lives. Allowing gay men to donate blood can save lives. Exercising the right to equality can save lives. Is there a risk? Well, like everything else in the world, there is a risk, yes. But the rewards outweigh it. The risk of getting an HIV-positive blood donation is 1 in 1.5 million. That one donor could be a man, woman, third gender, gay, straight or bisexual. I know a lot of you have a question in mind. What about India? Where does India stand on this blood donation ban? The wrong side of history, I'm afraid. India's blood donation guidelines ban the third gender, members of the gay community and sex workers from donating blood. On the bright side, petitions have been filed in the apex court challenging this ban. So here's hoping science prevails. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.